Jim and I met at St. Olaf College. He stood right behind me in the St. Olaf concert choir, and so that was fun. I would go, no, teasing him, no. And we were married in 1963, 59 years ago, and we have 3 children, Daniel, Sarah, and Mark, and we have 8 grandchildren.
Marilyn's dad was a professor, and my dad was a dentist. My mother was a nurse. My dad did a lot of good mission work, and my mother helped him. She was a nurse.
And my father and mother were always very involved in their church and in the community. They were community-minded people who liked to see the community grow and be better. So they got involved.
Be kind, be honest, work hard, and be curious. And that I feel those are really good things to learn, but I also learned it from my parents and grandparents and great-grandparents and their history.
After my career of teaching school, I was a stay-at-home mom, and so then I decided I needed to do more than that. So I became what I call a professional volunteer. And I chose to get involved in things that had an impact on our family life, but also things that were important to the community. When I was on the corrections board, when they asked me to serve on that, I thought, wow, I know nothing about corrections. But I was not afraid to say yes. So if I could get involved in helping steer programs for that kind of episode, then I chose to do that for 17 years.
We went to Belarus, Russia, which was Russia at the time, and I was sent to hospitals, especially gastrointestinal type work, because that was my specialty here. Actually, when they found out we brought a whole bunch of samples for them, those guys came running down the hall to get them, because they had patients there in the hospital that were dying and needed to have a lot of these drugs. Well, we didn't have really enough to hardly spit in the ocean, but it was very helpful and thoughtful for them. They really appreciated it.
Part of giving back to the community with financial resources, we consider that as part of our tithe to our church, because the church is part of the community, and what happens in the community has an impact on our congregation of Vinji, but it also, Vinji then can have an impact on the community.
We had a program called REMS, Rural Emergency Medical Systems, REMS, which was a benefit for farmers in the 80s when the farm was considerable farm crisis. Farms were being lost and a lot of financial difficulty. Well, we went to a lot of providers. These were physicians, dentists, chiropractors, to take a 50% discount and give that discount of money to those farmers. And it helped a lot of people. The need ran out, and so we were able to stop it within about 3 years.
But as giving to the community, that mostly is giving of time. There are some organizations that we do give to because they fit our purpose of what we want to do with money. And by being part of the community and by giving back and saying yes to the community, it becomes like home. If I was going to encourage people to get involved, I would say it brings you joy so that you're happy with what you are doing and you feel satisfied. You feel very soul satisfied by your involvement.
Everybody has talents, gifts, and interests, and if they match that with what they see in the community, they should have their interests met right away.